Yeah, so there'll be a kind of twist in our what's it called in our outline for today. So today is class day 4. Yeah, day 4, and we're supposed to do data management and analysis, which has to do with sorting and filtering, validation, pivot table charts, and tables. Meanwhile, for today, we'll be doing, since module 4 and 5 is data management and analysis, today we'll be doing more of talking in the sense that we'll just explain and do and carry out our explanations. So we'll be doing sorting and filtering today, we'll be doing validation, we'll be doing data tools. So for next class, we'll talk extensively on charts and graph, then conditional formatting. Oh, say have pivot tables, yeah. So next class, we'll be talking about pivot tables. I think it will be just pivot table, charts, and graphs so that we can have time to extensively discuss charts and graphs, because that one might take, or pivot tables rather, because they are more lengthy than this one. So that's why I felt like we should do the ones that has to do with talking today. Then we leave the more complex ones for Wednesday. So yeah, thank you. So won't be taking much of our time today. So let's just dive straight into it. So yeah, for last class we did, I don't know, the last class was we had network instability. So let me just take a little, what's it called, briefing. So for last class we did, let me see, we did lookup functions, we did logical functions and text functions. Where the text functions included length, which is to find length. We did find, I can't remember, did we do find and replace? I don't think so, but I think we did
Yes,
find.
yes,
We
we
did
did we
find and
did
replace.
find. Yeah, find and replace it too.
Okay, yeah. So we did length, we did find and replace, we did text, we did concat, we did concatenation to lower upper. I can't remember if we did upper do. Yeah, so we did sum if, count, and or not, VLOOKUP, and HLOOKUP. Though, if time permits, we will still treat lookup functions, because I felt like we're not much on the call that day, and there was no question on lookup functions, and we just did basic lookups. So if time permits, we will do more complex ones when we are done, or when before we get done with the class. So yeah, for today we'll be diving straight into sorting and filtering. So yeah, what do you understand by sorting? Sorting. Wait, is my screen? Can you see my screen? And I hope I'm recording, Sha. I am recording. Can you see my screen
Yes,
already? All right,
yes,
cool.
I'm seeing the screen.
So yeah, like our normal English would mean sort. Let's say sorting, that is arranging something in a specified way, or arranging, what can we use now? Anything at all, not necessarily data, but anything at all that can be arranged or that can be grouped. Yeah, let's say I went to the market, I bought a basket of fruits, I would have different types of fruits. I would have I might have mangoes, I would have orange, I would have pear, maybe grape, like that. Then I want to sort them into fruit baskets. I'll have to put orange in a place, put apple in a place, put banana in a place, like that, like that. That is basically what we're talking of on sorting. So sorting now, it means for data analysis now, it's just the same way we described sorting fruits, is the same way we describe sorting in data. So arranging data in a special way or a specific manner so that it enhances readability and it enhances analysis. So sorting. Sorry, I think, sorry, my network went off. Too bad.
Yeah,
Where did you
okay, no
stop
problem.
for me? At what point did you stop hearing me?
Uh, I think I can't share the screen. Share the screen. Let's see.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, yeah, you mentioned sort.
Hmm?
You were talking about sorting.
Yeah, so I said the same way we sort put into baskets. It's the same way we sort data so that it enhances our analysis, enhances readability. So let's say I can sort in two different ways. I can sort in ascending order and in descending order. One is from the largest to the smallest. Another one, like the default type of sort, is from the smallest to the largest. The smallest to the largest, that is ascending order, A to Z. So now, an example is this. If I want to sort this, okay, what is wrong with this thing? Yeah, let's say, yeah, like this. This is an ascending order. So if I want to sort in descending order, like I want to I want to sort from the highest to the smallest. Now, this is how we do it. We would click any cell you want to sort. You click any cell, and again, sort can be used for both numerals and text. We can also use it for date too. Yes, so we can use sort for basically almost everything, if not everything. Yeah, so if I want to sort this particular column, this book numbers column, I can just click anywhere in the column, any cell inside the column, and right click, and I have my sort. It is that simple. I have my sort. I can sort from smallest to largest. That is the default one. That's what it is there. From smallest to largest. That is ascending. Or I can sort from largest to smallest, which is descending. If I sort from this now, you see everything has changed. We now have the highest value as the first one, and every other thing changed. Did I? Yes, every other thing changed. Now, okay, yeah. Every other thing changed. So if I am making changes to one column, definitely affects every other column, because if it does not, that means my data is not concise, my data is not correct, because there will be errors in my analysis if it does not affect other columns. So if I am changing column A, definitely everything, every other row has to change. Yeah, so let's take this back to how it was. Same way I said we can use it on I can use it on text. So this one now, where's our sort? Yeah, you can see sort A to Z. This one is like, this is from the smallest to the largest. And the next one is from the, what's it called? From the largest to the smallest. That's why we have A to Z, Z to A. Now, if I sort from Z to A, that means I would have, that means my alphabet now, the first letters would read from Z, but we don't have Z here now, so it would have to read from the first letter closest to Z. So let's try that. Yeah, so we have R is after L. L is after I is after F. So that is how it works, basically. So now you would, if you notice now, this column has been affected. Now this is not ordered because I ordered this one. Because I want to see this one in alphabetical order from in a descending form. This one has been disordered. Now, if I can also say I want to do it on maybe code, yeah, like this now, I can sort this one. I would have to sort from, let me say, smallest to highest. Yeah, I would have to sort ascending. Yeah, the default. So I have 101, 102, 103, like that. Now it's not sort on CID because CID there is constant. Like CID there is constant for every row. Every row has it. So it will start from 101, 102, 103, like that till the highest. So yeah, as displayed. Before I had 101 and another one. I had 101, I had 200, I had 290, I had like that. So when I sorted it in ascending order, now I have 101, 114, 123. That is, it arranges from the smallest to the largest. Same way if I want to do it from the largest to the smallest, that is the same. Or I can even say, yeah, so I can even say I come to my, oh, a minute. Yeah, there's this source and filter on our home tab. So if I go to my home tab, I can just come to this editing pin. Sorry. Then I click sort and filter. I have my sort. I have my filter. Yeah, we've not talked about custom sort. Now, custom sort is like sorting in a special kind of way. I don't know how I'll put it, but then sorting with not like conditions, but then or yeah, let me use a criteria. Sorting with a criteria. Sorting with a criteria. Now let's look at it. So now this one, that means I want to sort this particular column and I'm on based on another column. Now let's try and see something. I would have to add level. I would like, okay, sort by. What column do I want to sort by? Let me say I want to sort by auto FN. Some value. Let's see. Yeah. A to Z. Then by customer order. Customer, yeah, customer. But then I want to sort this one Z to A. Now let's look at what we have. You see, what I sorted was this particular column. I sorted in it. Was it this? Sorry, what I sorted was this. But I used this. What I sorted was author FN, that is author's first name, based on customer ID. I don't know if you understand. I don't want to complicate things too much. I sorted this based on this. Let me come again. Now I am having my author
Sorry,
FN.
I want
Sorry?
to say something. I want to say something.
Okay.
Yeah, from this sort you just did now, what I observed is that and the auto FM is
Mm.
sorted like arranged alphabetically, but then
Yes.
the customer side is not arranged.
Yeah, the thing is, I sorted author FN from A to Z. Oh, let's try it. Let's do it again. So let's go. Same way we did this. Oh, sorry. Same way we did this custom sort. So we can also do it from that other pane. You know, I said we are sorting sorts. What we used auto FN here. Then we sorted it A to Z. Then now I am sorting by customer ID. Then I chose this one to be Z to A. Yeah, let's now see it. But this will be scattered because this has to be sorted. You know, it would, how would I say it now? It would accept the first condition. The first condition was sort auto FN for me in ascending order A to Z. So it would sort this one, irrespective of the second one, because definitely, you know, I said something like when I manipulate a particular column or a particular row, it definitely has to affect every other thing. So Excel would take the first condition or the first criteria and it would execute it. So that is why this is looking like it is not arranged, because now I have 423 here, I have 114 here, I have 312 here, I have 200 here. So it is not arranged because my first condition was sort auto FN for me in ascending order. So do you understand?
Yes, yes, I understand. But
Yeah, so
what
okay.
condition will make the like what situation will make the second condition to come in place?
Sorry?
Like what situation will make the second condition come in place? After this FN has been sorted, and
Mm,
the customer is the second but it's not sorting. So like,
it's not
what
certain.
situation will make the second
Both.
condition to come in
Thing
place?
is, one thing is we cannot have both sorted. Only if we have them
Okay,
in different, how would I say it now? Only if we have the table replicated. So I can only see one thing at a time. I can only see one thing at a time. If I want to sort based on customer column, I would have to sort customer column. I only did that custom sort so that we can know that there is something like I can sort, like I can create my own kind of sorting. Yeah, that is why I did that. It is majorly not used. Instead, they use descending, ascending sorts. So I already did that one for us to see that there's an advanced way to do sorting. So if I want my customer ID to be in order. I would have to sort it differently. Now, okay, I have my auto FN sorted. Now I want to sort this one. I'll just come do the same thing, sort. So it would affect the first, shall you see that? It would affect one. If I am manipulating one thing, even if I am having like 500,000 rows, 27 columns, it would affect everything. It would affect everything because if it does not affect, it means my analysis will be wrong and my data will be incorrect and inconsistent. So for consistency, for integrity, and for correct analysis is why it has to change. Are we clear?
Yes, yes, it's clear.
All right, thank you so much. So let's just arrange it by sorting this back to smallest to largest. And if you notice something now, when we are on numerals, it is showing smallest to largest. But if we are on text, if we are on strings now, it will show us A to Z. So that means it works both ways. It can work on numerals, it can work on text, like we said. All right, so what did I do? Oh, oh okay. This. Yeah, so we have our table back. Now going on to filtering. Going on to filtering. What do we understand by filtering? If I say I want to filter this, I want to filter this. Okay, we majorly filter water. I want to filter this water. What does it mean? What am I trying to achieve? This can I hear from us?
Yeah, we fit out to get some important parts and others go to residue.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's basically what it is. Filtering, like remove this thing from this view. I don't want to see this. This is what I want. Let's just more like Gary now. We want to mix, like you want to drink Gary. You would have Gary, you would have water. You would have to like pour water inside Gary. Now it is mixed together and you would have to filter the water out. So sorry, filter out the dirt before you now add another water and it is good for consumption. So now the water, the dirt I am removing is the process of filtering the dirt from the Gary. Now filtering is the same way, like okay, for this particular data, I don't want to see what would I use now? What do I don't want to see. Let me say we have a larger data set. We will not use this one though. We'll use another data set that is more populated. So I want to see customers that are from a particular location. I don't want to see customers from another location. Okay, let's say we have a data set that spans across the whole continent. And okay, for this data set, for this analysis, I want to focus mainly on people from Africa. I want to focus mainly on people from Europe. I can just filter out the rest and I would select, okay, this is what I want to see, this is what I want to see. That's simple. Not very complex. That's simple. So it can get complex, but it's not very complex like that. So I wrote like removing specific records from a field. So a particular, um, what should I use now? So a particular information is seen or a particular record is seen. Removing specific records from a field or data set. So I can have access to a particular record. I can easily pick out what I want instead of me going through the whole large data set. I can just filter it down to a specific niche or a specific whatever I want to work on. So yeah, I think let me see what kind of data set did I use for this now. Let me open one. Yeah, this is that's so much. No, let me sales. Not this thing does not hard. I hope. Okay. This one is very large. That's why I don't want to use that. So now, yeah, we have this, and this one has uh this one has 2,824 rows and how many columns per se? I think okay, we have why that's 25 or 26. I don't know. Columns. So yes. Now, how do I activate my filter? How do I activate my filter? Same way we did our sort. Same way we did our sorting. I just click on anywhere I have my filter. But then this one, let's try. That's the way I have turned on my filter button. If you notice, please do is what did we notice here? So let me what did we notice?
On that column,
Yeah,
there's
there's something like a drop down there.
something, yeah, drop down, yes.
So that drop down exactly is my filter button. So let me do this. Oh, all right. Let's see. So while that is loading, how we activate our filter button? We can either do it that way or we do it in a better approach. Go to our home tab, this where we found our sort and filter button before. Now where we did sorting, that same place, we just click on it and we select filter. Immediately we would see the button pop up. It pops up on every column that's it pops up on every column that has that's in that data set, even if it is like, okay, I have 2,000 rows, but then they are just recording like 3 or 4 rows. It would show it would count it as part of the data set. So yeah, so let's see. Now I am on a particular cell in my data set. So I would go to my home button, home tab, and look for my find and sort and find. Sorry, sort and filter. Then I click my filter. Immediately it pops up. Now let's say I want to see. I hope this thing does not. So yeah, I want to see orders. I want to see records for years. Let's see how many years we have. In fact, okay, yeah. See, we have 2003, 2004, and 2005. This is showing us like this is the records in this particular column of this data set. We have there are some that would have over 50, over 70, depending on the kind of data set you're working with, depending on the kind of data set you are on. But for this one, and the on the year column is showing us that we have just 3 years. 3 years. That means this data set span across 3 years. That is from 2003 to 2005. Now I want to see only informations, or I want to see records for only 2004. Please, if this video goes off, please let's just reconnect. So if the call goes off, let's just reconnect. Pardon me. Now I want to see for only 2004. What do? I uncheck select all and I select what I want. I uncheck select all and I select what I want. Based on the data set we're working on, we can select like maybe 5, 10, or anything depending on our criteria. But the criteria for this one now is I only want to see informations recorded in year 2004. So I would have to uncheck select or then select the particular records I want to see. After that, I can just click my OK. It would affect the whole data set. I said something like we had 2,824 rows. Now we are having 1,345. How do I know? This place here, this the bottom left corner of my data set, I would see the 1,345 of 2,823 records found because I have filtered it. Now, if I would check her, if I would look at it I would see there's something like a funnel here. So it is showing me that, okay, this particular column is filtered. It's showing me this particular column is filtered. That is why I am having this funnel here and I am not having it on others. So now, if I want to filter for quarter 3 of year 2004, I want to filter for quarter 3 of year 2004. I've already filtered it to 2004 alone. Now I can now come back here and filter for, you see the same thing. This one is showing me we have just quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4. But now I said I want to see for quarter 3 of 2004. I have filtered my year and I would filter this one. Uncheck select all, select what I want. I have selected my quarter 3. Now I click OK. So it will still reduce that data set. You know, we had 1,003 something something. Now I have 319 only of the old data sets. This means I have limited or I have restricted my, so I have reduced my data sets to a particular range or to a particular record I want to work with, or let's say the analysis I want to do has to do with quarter 3 of 2004. This is what I would use. My analysis has to do with quarter 3 of 2004. This is what I would have to use. I would have to I would have to filter my year by my column. I would have to filter my year by my column. For further analysis, there are different approaches to filtering for further analysis, but for Excel, this is majorly what we would use on Excel, only if you want to maybe dive deeper and maybe go into another analytical tool, say Power BI. Yeah, that's where I see that we can use more of filtering. That way we have basic filtering, we have advanced filtering, and we have custom filtering. We have basic filtering, advanced filtering, and custom filtering. So let me undo this. How do I undo it? Clear my filter. Clear filter from QTRI. That is, I want to remove the filter that is on this. I click it. Now, we already have 1,345 back. Okay, I want to see all my data sets. I want to see everything. I clear filter. Now, I have my whole data sets to myself. Now I can see 2003, 4, 5, like that. I can see quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4. So how about I want to sort? I want to filter, sorry. Let's try some filtering method. Let me see. A minute, please. So now let me just explain the types of filtering. Like I said, we have different types of filtering. So I said we have basic filtering. This one is just for you to select specific value from a drop-down list, selecting specific value. Like we did now. Yeah, the one we did now, like I selected just 2004, selected just quarter 3. That is basic filtering. Just select a specific value. Maybe 1, maybe 2, 3, any amount, but then you are not selecting all. Yeah, that is basic filtering. You're not selecting all. You just want to select the important ones. That's basic filtering. Then advanced filtering is where we get to use our logical functions. But then we are not writing formula. We are not writing formulas. Logic function in the sense of we use and or not. We use and or. And or. So an example is if I want to use my advanced filtering now, I can say filter okay, yeah, I would use like I am filtering gender and I am filtering age. I can now choose on my filter pane, like, okay, where the gender is female and the age is like 18, or where the gender is male, the age is like 20, like that's our advanced filtering. It's just like custom sorts. I want to do this, but then another column should be affected, or I want to do this depending on another column. So okay, let's say for the one we said female, gender female, age 18. So it means if the gender is not equal to 18, if the gender is not equal to female and the age is not equal to 18, I do not want to see it. But give me the whole record that has age to be 18 and gender female. So that's like advanced. So that would be gender is this and age is this. Or you give me age is this or gender is this. That way now we already did our and or, so that would make it easier. It means if at least there is female in the gender and there is 18 in the, that all would mean if one of the two condition is correct, if at least one of the two condition is correct, give it to me. So I can have female 25, I can have male 18, I can have male 20. That is for all. But if I am using and now, I would have to have age 18, gender female, age 18, gender female, no two ways, because and is very strict, and the two conditions or the multiple conditions has to be true because I am using and. But if I want at least one of it to be true, that is when I use my or. So that is for advanced filtering. And so for custom filtering, now that is where we apply conditions. That is where we apply conditions on our filter. That is, if this is greater than this, give it to me. If it is less than this particular value, I want to see it. If it is equal to this, if it is not more than this, if it is between this, if it has this, if it contains this. So the major tool we use for custom filtering is greater than, less than, equal to, contains, is, between, equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, like that, contains, and is. So if this value is this, I want to see. If this value contains this, I want to, sorry, if this record contains this value, yeah, that's what I meant. If this record contains this value, I want it. If this record is this value, give it to me. If it is greater than this value, give it to me. If it is less than or equal to, give it to me. So that's majorly filtering, basic filtering, custom filtering, and advanced filtering. Yeah, there are times these things would come in handy. So that's why we have it together with this. And from there, that would take us to, okay, let's explain more on filtering. It helps us narrow down a large data set to focus on relevant information, like we said before, to make our analysis easier and to make quick decisions. It aids decision making. Yeah, it's improved decision making. It improves analysis and helps us narrow down to focus on important ones. Thing is, I cannot want to work on Q3 of 2024 and I would uncheck my Q3. I would be viewing only 2024. My analysis would definitely not be correct because there's something missing. My Q3 is missing. So it aids analysis, it aids decision making. So that is that. Like, let me recap on how we activate our filter button. So I'll just click anywhere on the data sets, go to my home tab, find my sort and filter, select filter. My filter appears. If I want to narrow here, for this one, we have multiple